Ayan, hello po teachers! We are now live. Welcome sa another letter review session po natin. This is episode 15 of our professional education. Kanina po natapos natin yung episode 15 pa rin ng ating Gen Ed. And ngayon, we'll have Prof Ed naman po. This is part ng ating mga free sessions for the September 2026 na exam, no? In preparation po for the September Let. And I am hoping na napanood nyo na yung previous na mga episodes sa Prof Ed and Gen Ed since yung ating mga sinasali dito na tanong, mga concepts, mga topics po na ini-include natin dito sa mga episodes, mga sessions natin sa Prof Ed and Gen Ed ay lahat po ay mga essential na mga paulit-ulit na po, no, na mga topics or concepts na laging tinatanong sa board exam. So, dapat nyo pong i-remember, dapat nyo pong i-understand, no, hindi lang hanggang i-remember, but dapat i-understand din, intindihan. Mas mainam po yung naintindihan mo kaysa na-memorize mo lang, di ba? Sige, pwede nyo pong i-mention yung mga kaibigan ninyo sa ating comment section para makapag-start na po tayo. So this is a live session sa ating Facebook page and this will be uploaded as premiere sa YouTube channel as well. Alright, sige. Thank you po sa mga nagme-mention sa mga kaibigan nila. Yun yung mga tunay na friends talaga. Walang iwanan. Ganyan tayo dapat, no? Alright, sige. This is episode 15 of our professional education series and we'll start with question number 1. The fundamental moral principle for teachers is best summarized as A. Do good and avoid evil. B. Discipline follows rules. C. Uphold tradition and customs. D. Promote kindness and goodness. Ano ba ang kinakonsider natin na fundamental moral principle? Hindi lang para sa mga teachers but for everyone. The fundamental. Ano ba yung fundamental? The basic or yung foundation. The basic moral principle. Number 1, what's your answer? May nag-A, may nag-D. Ano pa? Ano pa sagot? Number 1, this is actually letter A. Do good and avoid evil. Ang letter D, maganda naman kasi kindness, goodness, but hindi po nalagay dyan yung sinasabi nating avoid evil. Kasali po siya sa fundamental moral principle or the basic principle. Gawin ang maganda and i-avoid ang evil. Okay? This is letter A. Next, number 2. According to the philosophy of John Locke, the child's mind at birth is like A. Developed intelligence. B. Tabula rasa. C. Spiritual entity. D. Machine. John Locke, the child's mind at birth. Very good. This is, of course, letter B. Ano ba yung tabula rasa? Yung blank slate, no? Or blank mind. Every person daw, no? Dito sa mundo, isinilang na mayroong blank mind or tabula rasa. So, paano po i-fill in? That's through the environment. So, ang environment ang magdedetermine if people are good or bad. Good ang environment leads to better people. Better people leads to a better society. So, the foundation of modern liberalism. John Locke, tabula rasa, blank slate. Tandaan po natin yan. Number 3, what is the doctrine of Epicureanism best summarized by Epicureanism? A. Live simply and study hard to be successful in life. B. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow you will die. C. Man is the measure of all things. D. Virtue is knowledge. By the way, kung manonotice nyo po, may premiere ngayon sa YouTube channel sa Gen Ed. Yun yung po yung session natin kanina sa Gen Ed po na episode 15. And ngayon, itong live session na ito sa Facebook page, and will be uploaded soon sa channel din. Prof. Ed po ito. Gawan niyo po ng checklist, no? I suggest gumawa kayo ng checklist dyan. Ano episode number na ang natapos nyo, both sa Prof. Ed and Gen Ed. Okay? Para may guide po kayo kung natapos nyo na ba ang episode or hindi pa. Number 3, this is, hala, ang daming sumagot ng letter A, Epicureanism. Yan ba ang point ng Epicureanism? Mayroon ding nag-B. Ayan, nag-iisa lang ang letter B na nakikita ko, si Teacher Ralph. And Teacher Ralph is correct. Letter B. Eat, drink, and be merry for tomorrow you will die. Ano ba ang focus ng Epicureanism? Pleasure. Eat, drink, and be merry for tomorrow you will die. No, that's the goal of life is to seek out pleasure and enjoy friends and learning. The goal of life is happiness. So, ang stoicism naman po, the goal of life is to know your duty and do the right thing. Gawin mo ano ang right thing, no? So, Epicureanism, ang sinisik out niya, pleasure. Magpakasaya tayo, no? For tomorrow is uncertain, di ba? Eat, drink, and be merry. Kumbaga, parang YOLO yung slogan mo dito. Okay, so Epicurean sources of happiness. We have from our friendship, sa community natin. Next, number 4. According to Immanuel Kant, what is the sole source of moral laws? Moral laws. A. Human reason. B. Human emotion. C. Societal consensus. Or D. State legislation. Immanuel Kant. Number 4. Ano po sagot ninyo? This is letter A. Human reason. Di ba may libro po itong si Immanuel Kant na Critic of Pure Reason. Critic of Pure Reason. So, ang sole source of moral laws natin kung paano tayo magrason. And di ba remember, yung tayo, humans, we are the only rational beings because kaya nating mag-reason out. No? So, tandaan po natin ito. Critic of Pure Reason. Empirical imperative, no? Kay Immanuel Kant din po iyan. Next, number 5. Which educational philosophy holds the knowledge and reality exist independently of human perception and that the curriculum should focus on the actualities of life and preparation for practical duties. O, categorical imperative. Ayan, tama. Thank you po, Teacher Lem. Kay ano din yan? Categorical imperative kay Immanuel Kant. Categorical imperative. Pwede din, no? Yung hypothetical na imperative. Or empirical din na imperative. Immanuel Kant pa rin yan. Diba? Meron din yan sa ethics, no? Sa Gen Ed. Number 5, I see letter C's, I see letter B's, may nag-letter A, A, B, C. Okay? The correct answer po ay realism. Paano naging realism? Independent of human perception and that the curriculum should focus on the actualities of life, on the real things. Real things, diba? Independent of human perception, ang knowledge and reality. Okay, so ang pragmatism, we can answer this one if wala itong realism. Okay, so ito sa human perception, more on pragmatism. But dito, ang focus ay actualities of life, the realities of life, preparation. Okay? So that is realism po. Realism ang best choice natin dito. Sa actualities of life. Yan yung ating focusan na keywords. Alright? So pag ang focus lang ay simply on the application, the practical use, that's pragmatism na. And if sa mind lang natin, sa mind, abstract na mga concepts, yun yung idea, no? Idealism. If meron tayong choice, you have to choose, you have the freedom, you are responsible, you are accountable for your choices. Existentialism naman po iyan. Pag unique ang isang student, part pa rin yan ng existentialism, uniqueness, choice niya. Pag real world, actualities of life, realism po ang tawag natin sa philosophy na iyan. Next, number 6, which concept of in axiology is most concerned with the absolute and unchanging standards for judging beauty? Alright, pag beauty, ang isagot of course ay aesthetics. Ayan, ito naman yung ginagamit no, ng mga kabataan na very aesthetic. Ayan, aesthetic, beauty. So we have here branches of philosophy. So ang under, no, dito sa ethics, if we're talking about ethics, what is of value, right or wrong? Pag metaphysics naman po, metaphysical, what is real? Pag beauty, that's aesthetics. Pag beauty. Epistemology, that's for the knowledge, no? How do we know the origin of knowledge? Logic naman, how do we reason? The right thinking, that's logic. Political philosophy, may kinalaman na sa paano ba i-govern ang societies. Political philosophy. Alright? Pag beauty, aesthetics. Pag about po what is real, physical nature of reality, that is metaphysics. Okay? Next, number 7, which technology tools can a teacher use to communicate asynchronously with students? Asynchronous ang learning. Asynchronous. Ano po sagot nyo sa number 7? This is letter D, electronic bulletin board and email. We have here, no, asynchronous. Hindi po kailangan na yung teacher and students ay sabay na mag-interact. So, pwedeng replyan mo later, no, halimbawa, no, yung mga bulletin board, halimbawa, yung may pinopost si teacher dyan, basahin ng student, mag-reply siya, hindi po instantly, pwedeng mamaya na yung email, pwedeng mamaya mo pa ma-open, 'di ba? Unlike sa chat, instant messaging, blog, video conferencing, mga synchronous po ito na communication, no? Synchronous communication. Pag asynchronous, yan po ay hindi kailangan si teacher and students ay mag-interact at the same time. Asynchronous. Pero pag synchronous, halimbawa, no, yung through Zoom meeting, through Google Meet, or um, kung ano pa yung platform na dyan, no, pwede kayong mag-call. So, synchronous yon. Pero pag asynchronous, halimbawa, si teacher ay may pinost po sa Google Classroom na may pinost po siya na activity. So, may deadline, kinabukasan ang deadline. So, si student, pwede niyang sagutan mamaya or bukas, 'di ba? As long as hindi pa um, deadline. So asynchronous learning po 'yon. Next, number 8, the summum bonum or highest good in Aristotle's philosophy refers most closely to A. Societal approval, B. Wealth and power, C. The ultimate end or supreme good, D. Universal laws. Summum bonum. Aristotle, highest good. Wag po ba kayo si teacher, na-sad emoji. Okay lang po magkamali. Ang importante, natuto po kayo. This is letter C, the ultimate end or the supreme good. No? Nakalagay na nga dito, no? Highest good. So, syempre, sasagot ka, supreme good. Related sila. Letter C. Number 9. If a teacher uses the philosophy that man is naturally good at birth but society can corrupt him, whose educational philosophy is being reflected? Plato, Aristotle, St. Thomas Aquinas, or Jean-Jacques Rousseau? Man is naturally good at birth, but society can corrupt him. That's letter D. Jean-Jacques Rousseau po yan. Ayun, ito po siya, no? Jean-Jacques Rousseau. What kind of parenting style is most likely to produce independent and responsible children? Positive po. Positive, independent, and responsible. Maganda. Ano yung ideal na parenting style? Yung maganda, yung positive. Neglectful, of course, hindi yan kasi hindi naman maganda ang neglectful. Permissive, maganda ba to? Magiging spoiled ang mga bata dito. Authoritarian, very strict. Therefore, ang sagot natin ang authoritative, may letter V, very good. Authoritative, very good. Alright, so pag authoritarian, tandaan, strict ang rules, high yung demands, low yung warmth. Very stricta or stricto ang parents. Grabe ang expectations niya. Dapat ganito yung grado mo. Dapat mataas yung grado mo. Ganito ganyan. Galit na galit pag um, may mga pagkakamali. Oh, ayan. So, low ang warmth. Hindi siya masyadong loving or hindi siya masyadong nagpapakita no, ng emotion, ng feelings, ng sympathy sa bata. So, authoritarian. Very strict, which is very common, no? Very traditional na parenting styles ng mga older generation. Permissive is lenient. Oh, indulgent. Few lang yung rules. Very supportive. Oh, ano yung gusto mo? Sige, support ako. Wala masyadong rules. Pag umuwi ng madaling araw yung anak, oh, parang okay lang. Basta umuwi ka. No? Wala masyadong rules. And authoritative, kumbaga may V, no? Balance lang. Balance yung pagdidisiplina. Balance yung warmth na binibigay sa bata or sa anak. Okay? Clear ang expectations. And neglectful, ito na yung malala. Very uninvolved, indifferent, lack of guidance. Wala, no? Wala nang paki. Parang ano na lang. Hindi tinuturuan ng magandang asal. Hindi sinusuportahan. Walang rules. Wala talaga lahat. Yan yung neglectful, yan yung uninvolved. Okay? So these are the recognized na 4 parenting styles and we can also apply this as teachers, no? May authoritarian teachers, may permissive, may authoritative, and may neglectful. Ang kina-consider po natin na positive, na maganda, na ideal, ay ang authoritative. Okay? Although alam naman natin sa totoong buhay, pag sinasabing parenting styles, wala namang perfect na parenting styles, no? Wala namang perfect na parents. Magdidepende yan sa tao, magdidepende sa parents, no? Kung paano niya pinapalaki ang kanyang anak. As long as tinuturuan ng tamang asal, no? Maganda ang kind, no? Ayan, maganda ang ugali, gina-guide. So, depende din. Meron ding mga ganyan na parents, tapos meron ding strict na parents. So, magdedepende talaga, no? Okay, number 11. A mathematics test produces nearly identical results whenever administered under similar conditions. What property is most strongly supported? Letter A, content validity. B, predictive validity. C, test reliability. Or D, test usability. Oh, yung nag-comment. Oh, tapos na daw. Tapos na daw. Sabi ni Teacher GM. Tapos na yung live ni Sir Melvin. Oh, dito naman kay Ma'am Reg. Sir Melvin out, Ma'am Reg in. Ayan, Franny Bells ko yan si Sir Melvin. Namiss ko na si Sir, hindi na kami nagkakita. Siguro ngayong final coaching baka meron siya sa sa common friend namin na may-ari ng RC dito sa place namin. So kami yung nagpa-final coaching. I don't know ngayon if nag-accept pa si Sir. Anyway, this is letter C, test reliability. O, yan ang gagaling letter C. Tama, 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 tama lahat. identical results whenever administered under similar conditions. So, pag reliability, consistency. No? Pag reliability, consistency. Before we proceed to number 12, I would like to share this one. The board exams are just one step toward your dreams. O kung specific lang tayo sa LET, the board exam, no, is just one step toward your dreams. Kasi yung magiging lisensya mo, yung pag pumasa ka na sa LET, you'll get your license, no? Ang lisensya na yan will be your parang susi mo sa mga sa pagkuha mo ng dreams mo, no? Sa mga trabaho, hindi lang dito sa Philippines, of course, no? Hindi lang naman mag-limit sa DepEd yung ating lisensya. Pwedeng-pwede mo yung gamitin sa ibang bansa. I know some of you, may mga nakikita akong comments na after daw nila mag-take this season, nag-prepare na sila, no, sa mga papers nila for Thailand, for US. So, ayun. So, hindi lang po dito, hanggang dito. So, parang ano yan, key na natin yan, yung lisensya na yan. Okay? But hindi po assurance talaga, no, na automatic pag may lisensya ka na. But syempre, yan yung uunahin natin ngayon. One step at a time lang po. One step at a time. Magiging susi natin yung lisensya. So, stay confident and give it your all. Give it your all. Ibigay mo na lahat, 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 lahat. Okay? Give it your best. God will do the rest. LPT soon. Licensed Professional Teacher. Very, very soon. Magpapaskong may lisensya. Number 12. In order to present a significant event in history, what would be the most effective way of presenting it to make learning more exciting and fulfilling? Nag-brown out pala. Magkalapit lang po kasi yung lugar namin ni Sir Melvin. Tapos baron kaming rotation, nag-brown out daw kayo. Nawala na ba yung mga comments niyo? Nawala ng kuryente, nagdilim. Anyway. So, yun nga, no? Palagi kami dito na ano ng rotational brownout. So, sana ngayon hindi hindi mag-brown out. Number 12, tableau ang tawag natin dito. Ano ba yung tableau? Yung parang ano, magpo-pose sila. Parang frozen, no? Frozen dramatic scene or pose. Recreation. Allow the students to recreate or represent a historical event through a frozen dramatic scene or pose. It makes historical events more vivid, engaging, and experiential for learners. Maganda to na laro, no? Para sa mga bata. So, it allows them to make a dramatic scene or pose. Parang mag-recreate sila. Ang buzz session, para itong brainstorming kung saan you can share many ideas without the fear of being ridiculed. So, pwede kang mag-share, no? As long as significant naman siya related sa topic nyo. I-share mo yan, yung mga ideas mo na yan. That is buzz session, brainstorming. Carousel, yung ano, parang ano yung sa carousel, no? Mag-spin, mag-provide sila ng feedback on each other, magpalit-palit, exchange of ano, feedback. Graffiti wall, yung ano, parang ano, yung sa murals, no? Parang ganon yung style niya, thematic freedom wall. Next, number 13. Learners have different learning styles. This is from the principle that learning is different ang learning styles ng learners. This is from the principle that letter B, unique. Unique ang lahat. Unique ang pagkatuto ng mga students, ng mga learners. Okay? Learners, different styles. Hindi po ito personal, magkaiba po ang personal sa unique. Pag unique, focus tayo dito sa learning styles nila. Mas natututo po ba sila na through may video sila na nakita, may naririnig sila, or may music, may background music, mas natututo ba silang mag-study kapag may background music, no? Or wala, or gusto nila silent lang. So, it's unique for everyone. Okay? Sa personal, kanya-kanya din tayo But sa experiences na 'to, for example, the same lang din naman yung for example, nagdi-discuss ako ngayon sa inyo, 'no? But some of you may mga, experiences sa buhay na mai-connect niyo sa lesson. And some of you naman ay iba naman, 'no, iba yung experiences nila para mai-connect nila sa lesson. So, ang learning style, specific siya, 'no, which is, unique. So, 'pag sinabing uniqueness ng learners, mag-focus tayo sa learning style. Okay? 'Pag sa experiences na, that's the personal. Diyan tayo sasagot ng personal. Number 14, the revised basic education curriculum, yung RBEC, follows a teacher-centered classroom because they believe the teachers are the authority. Thus, should be lead, approach, technique, method, or strategy. RBEC. So, malawakan na po, malaki. Ito, broad na term, no? Yung revised basic education curriculum. Teacher-centered po iyon. That's the approach. O, ano ba kaibahan ng apat na ito? Approach, technique, and method. So, pag approach, this is the broadest set of philosophies, beliefs, and principles about the nature of learning. Believing the teachers are the authority and should lead is a fundamental philosophical viewpoint. Therefore, referring to a teacher-centered or student-centered mindset falls under a teaching or educational approach. Di ba, ito sa curriculum na siya. So, malawakan na siya na term sa philosophy, sa beliefs, sa principles, which is dito, teacher-centered ang pinaniniwalaan. So, that's the approach. If we are talking about technique, this is highly specific kay teacher. Very specific yung mga trick, yung mga tools na ginagamit ni teacher for the classroom to implement the method. O, ang method, this is procedural. Pag may nakita kang step-by-step plan, method na yan. No, step-by-step structured procedural step-by-step plan for presenting instructional material. Halimbawa, lecture method, direct instruction. Pero pag trick ni teacher or yung sariling ano ni teacher, yung mga ginagamit niya, no, na tool, that's the technique niya. Strategy, this is a broader plan of action designed to achieve a specific learning goal. Halimbawa, yung strategy ng deliver mo ng lesson ay through collaborative learning. Pwede mo silang i-group or parang madali nilang ma-memorize, demonic devices ang gagamitin. That's strategy. While a strategy spans an entire lesson, it does not define the systemic philosophy or belief about who holds power in the classroom. So, para silang magka-same-same lang ng mga terms, but may kaibahan talaga sila. So, pag very general, very broad, like gaya nitong ating tanong, which is about the curriculum itself, malawakan na po na viewpoint that is approach already. Pag specific kay teacher, yung mga tricks ni teacher, yung mga immediate na tool niya na ginamit, no? For example, may reward siya na candy sa mga bata. Pag nakatama ng sagot. Ayan, no? That's the technique niya. Technique niya na kapag mayroon din ganyan, no? Mayroon for example, pag na late yung student, so ano gagawin? Mag-talent show siya, ganyan. So it's part of the technique then, no? Para hindi na sila ma-late next time. So, method is pag-procedure, step by step, structured, procedural. Ang strategy, it's about the plan of action to achieve a learning goal. Like example, collaborative yung learning strategies, mga paggamit ng mnemonic devices para mas madaling ma-memorize, madaling tandaan. That is strategy. Okay, number 15. In lesson planning, which component is essential for ensuring that learning objectives are realized and progress is assessed effectively? Number 15, in lesson planning, which component is essential for ensuring that learning objectives are realized and progress is assessed effectively? Letter C, evaluation. Very good. Bakit? Assessed. Correct. Assessment. Evaluation. Very good. That's our keyword there. A teacher finds that her class learns best when allowed to engage in hands-on, real-world problem-solving tasks. Which educational philosophy and principle does this reflect? A teacher finds that her class learns best when allowed to engage in hands-on, real-world problem-solving tasks. Which educational philosophy and principle does this reflect? Naku, ang lakas na ng ulan dito sa amin. Sana po hindi sana ma-affected no yung ating connection. This is very good. Progressivism. Learning by doing. Learning by doing, oh, obviously, no, hands-on, real-world problem solving. Student-centered. Progressivism. When a teacher incorporates role-playing and dramatization to focus on self-expression, which learning domain is being prioritized? What is your answer sa ating number 17? Anong domain po ito? This is letter C, affective domain. Ano po yung focus pag affective? Sa behavior, sa emotions, which is tapped here, sa dramatization, self-expression, o behavior, ayan, no, role-playing, affective domain po ayan. Behavior, emotions, feelings, affective po yan. Kapag sa mind, mental processes, cognitive yan. Kapag po manual skills, action na mga activities, no, action skills, psychomotor po yan. Number 18, what is the primary rationale behind implementing routines and clear procedures on the first day of school? Kindly read the options and think kung ano po ang tamang sagot. Number 18, may nakikita akong letter A and may nakikita akong letter B. The correct answer po ay letter B. This is the better answer compared to letter A. Okay, ang letter B, to ensure smooth transitions and strengthen classroom management. If we are talking about the routines mismo, classroom routines, we always connect it as part ng classroom management. Ang routines, classroom part ng classroom management. Smooth transition, no? Strengthening classroom management. Although maganda naman ang letter A, firm nga lang siya, no? Maintain orderly student behavior. Yan lang ang focus. But ating better answer, ang classroom management. Yan yung hahanapin mo pag i-connect mo sa routines. Part kasi no, ng pag-manage natin sa classroom ang mga routines. Number 19, why are routines helpful for class management? Why are routines helpful for class management? Um, by the way, yung kanina po teachers, huwag kayo ma-shock pagdating sa actual day ng exam. Pagkabasa nyo sa mga tanong sa Prof Ed and then pagkabasa nyo sa options, makikita nyo talaga na parang tama naman to lahat. Diyan na papasok yung pagtimbang-timbang mo sa sagot. Ang Prof Ed po kasi, kailangan mong i-weight, no? I-weight, i-weigh in yung mga options. Posibleng yung isa ay pwede siyang isagot. But tingnan mo ang isa, mas maganda siyang isagot. Ganon dapat. So, kailangan talaga nating basahin lahat ng options. Kahit na pagkakita mo sa letter A, ay maganda to, positive to. Basahin mo rin ang B, C, and D. Basahin mo lahat. Basahin mo talaga lahat, no? May oras naman po yan. 3 hours naman ang Prof Ed. Kayang-kaya po yan. 3 hours. Kayang-kaya yan. Okay? Sige, 19, ang purpose ay, of course, ensure order. Order, classroom management. When students are asked to compare and contrast two concepts, which graphic organizer should the teacher provide? Of course, this is the Venn diagram. Compare and contrast the Venn diagram. Ang fishbone, para saan to? For the cause and effect. Pag cause and effect ang pinag-uusapan, fishbone diagram. Okay, this is a bar graph. As you can see, may mga gaps po in between the rectangles. Yan yung bar graph. Ang kaibahan niya sa histogram, ang histogram wala siyang mga gaps between, no, the rectangles. Ang bar graph ay ginagamit for comparison. This one naman ay tinatawag nating line graph. Ang line graph ay ginagamit po natin yan kapag may mga trends or pagbabago over time. Halimbawa, no, yung sales, sa buwan ng October 2019, ito yung sales, average na sales hanggang pag nag-November, tumaas siya, nag-December, nag-decline naman, January, next year na, 2020 na, tumaas siya ng kaunti, until February, tumaas siya, and in March, nag-decline siya, ang laki ng kanyang pagbaba. So, ganun yung line graph, changes over time. So, ang ginagamit din po natin, no, to show the grades or the progress ng bata from quarter 1 to quarter 2 to quarter 3, yung term 1 to term 2 to term 3, better than, no, for showing the grades, to use the line graph kasi nagpapakita siya ng growth over time or changes over time. Okay. This is a pie graph. It shows a part, representation ng part to a whole. Total of 100% yan lahat. Part to a whole. Ito na yung histogram. Merong frequency, no? Napapakita ng frequency. So, may equal na intervals. And this is a pictograph. This is good for kids, no? Lalo sa mga bata kasi may mga pictures po silang nakikita. Scatter plot. Scatter plot is to show relationship, no? Or correlational nila. Positively correlated, negatively correlated. So, makikita mo yung mga dots-dots na yan. Pag dikit-dikit yan, so, ibig sabihin, dito nakasentro, naka-align, correlated yan sila. Pag sobrang layo, hindi masyado kalaki ang kanilang correlation. Next, number 21. A teacher develops a table of specifications before writing a quarterly examination. What is the most important? What is its most important contribution? What is its most important contribution? Yung table of specifications po, yung TOS. Very good. For alignment ng content with the intended learning outcomes. Yung let, nabasa nyo na po ba yung TOS? Di ba meron pong TOS? And yung sa Prophet and Gen Ed, hindi naman po siya nabago yung table of specifications. Since sa time namin, nung nag-take ako, 2023, hindi po siya nabago up until now, yung Prophet and Gen Ed. Ang nadagdag lang, may mga changes sa major, no? So for the Prophet and Gen Ed, same thing pa rin siya. Okay. A teacher wants to promote interdependence and accountability in class. What approach should she use? Promote independence and accountability. Very good. Cooperative learning activities. Interdependence, no? Interdependence, that is teamwork. That is cooperative learning, mga group activities. On what condition can a professional teacher engage in business? A. Adversely affects his or her work. B. Income generation is related to her or his work. C. Business includes books and school supplies. D. Income generation is legitimate. What is the best answer here? On what condition can a professional teacher engage in business? Pwede ba mag-business si teacher? Yes, of course. As long as legitimate yung income generation. Very good. Letter D po ang correct answer natin dito. Legitimate. Yung business na yan, nakaregister po yan sa DTI, BIR, may tax filing, ganyan. No? By the way, tayo po ay officially no, registered na sa DTI and BIR. So, I am paying taxes. So, ayun, sana ang dami nating tax, 'di ba? Ang dami nating tax tapos sana magpe-pray po natin yung ating bansa. Ang daming corruption. Wala pa rin nakakulong sa flood control, no? 24. According to Article 11 of the Code of Ethics, who should serve as guide of the professional teacher's destiny and those of men of nations? Thank you, Teacher Mess. Thank you for your congratulations. 24. Letter D, Almighty God. Almighty God, a teacher as a person. A teacher is, above all, a human being endowed with life for which it is the highest obligation to live with dignity at all times, whether in school, in home, or elsewhere. Yan yung ano natin bilang teachers. Parang ano tayo talaga, mga role models. Mayroon pa ring obligation kahit no, nasa school, nasa bahay, or kahit saan. So, talagang magiging issue, no, kapag si teacher nakita na, ay, nag-iinom, nagwawalwal si teacher kung saan-saan. May mga, ano pa rin, may mga tao pa rin na talagang, ano yan, super big deal po talaga yan. Kasi nandito din siya sa Code of Ethics. Pero unfair din, no, kasi sa ibang profession, hindi naman ganyan dapat, no, pwede naman silang kung saan-saan makikita mo after work, no? Pero pag ikaw teacher, talagang, ano siya, parang it's a no-no pag nakikita ka sa sugalan or elsewhere, 'di ba? So, gano'n talaga siya. Gano'n ang teacher. Dapat kasi perfect si teacher. Ayan. Which is very sad, no? Unfair siya sa mga ano, ibang profession. A teacher shall place premium upon self-discipline as the primary principles of personal behavior in all relationships with others and in all situations. A teacher shall maintain at all times a dignified personality which could serve as a model worthy of emulation by learners, peers, and all others. A teacher shall always recognize the Almighty God as guide for his own destiny and of the destinies of men and nations. So it is really stated here sa Article 11, the teacher as a profession, the guide for the teacher's destiny and men of nations, our Almighty God. Next, number 25, can a teacher go on a study leave for 2 years? 2 taon. Need po ba i-memorize lahat ng article na yan? Hindi po necessarily i-memorize, but intindihin lang kung ano yung nasa article, no? Basahin, tapos intindihin siya. Kailangan panindigan ang noblest profession. Noblest profession. Dahil sa sobrang busy, no? Noblest profession, nagiging nobulous na si teacher. Kasi sobrang busy, ang daming ginagawa. Kahit nasa bahay, may mga paperworks pa rin. Anyway, 25, yes. Provided given permit by the Secretary of Education. For 2 years, no, pwede po ang study leave as long as, no, pag, ano na siya, after 7 years of service, in addition to leave privileges now enjoyed by teachers in the public schools, they shall be entitled to study leave not exceeding 1 year after 7 years of service. Such leave shall be granted in accordance with the schedule set by the Department of Education. During the period of such leave, the teachers shall be entitled to at least 60% ng kanilang monthly salary. Provided, however, that no teacher shall be allowed to accumulate more than 1 year. So, walang allowed more than 1 year unless he needs an additional semester to finish the thesis for graduate study and education or allied courses. So, ayun, may special exemption unless may kailangan talaga siyang tapusin para sa thesis niya for graduate study. But, ayun nga, no, yung compensation allowed for 1 year study leave is herein provided shall be subject to the condition that the teacher takes the regular study load and passes at least 75% of his courses. Yung study leave of more than 1 year, yun yung tanong kanina, 2 years yun, di ba? Yung study leave of more than 1 year may be permitted by the Secretary of Education but without compensation. Wala nang sweldo, no? But without compensation po siya. Indefinite leave naman po, we have indefinite leave, yung uncertain po tayo kung kailan siya babalik. Indefinite leave dahil sa sakit. Shall be granted to teachers when the nature of the illness demands a long treatment that will exceed 1 year at least. 26. The new global landscape of the 21st century shows that the following, except one, which is not. Except to except po ang hinahanap. Except. Milugan mo yan siya. Pagka kita mo po sa test paper, pwede mo po siyang sulatan. Actually, pwede po. Pwede po yan. Yung test paper mo, pwede mo bilag-bilugan, pwede mo i-underline yan, i-box, para hindi mo siya malimutan. Kung parang babuyin mo yung test paper. Yung sulat-sulatan mo na kung ano, kung mga keywords, i-underline mo yan. Pwede po yan. Ang dapat, wag mo susulatan yung scantron ha. Dapat malinis yun. Protect it with your life. Hindi yan pwede malaglag. Dapat din talaga, very extra careful ka. 26, this is letter D. Learners are attuned to rote learning. Pag rote learning po kasi, this is memorization. Memorization. Basta memorization na yan siya. Memorization, rote learning. So, lots po yan, no? Pag memorization, lower order po siya. Unlike dito, ang ABC, which is part, no, ng landscape ng 21st century. How is periodic reporting of students' grades useful? Pag may math questions, saan po pwede mag-compute? Sa test paper pa rin. Yan po ang ginawa namin lahat dati sa test paper. Sa Gen Ed, may solving, may computation talaga since wala namang allowed na magdala ng calculator. So, ano talaga yan? I-solve mo sa test paper. Hindi yan kayang i-mental mo. I-solve mo yan sa test paper. Isulat-sulatan mo yan. No? Sa mga math major, magagamit nyo po yung inyong calculator during your majorship lamang, di ba? And may specific po na model ng calcu na allowed. Letter A as feedback. Ang feedback, ang purpose niya? For, dapat meaningful, no? Yung feedback, dapat specific siya. For the progress, for the adjustment, no? For the monitoring ng bata. So, yung grades nyo, pwede siyang feedback, no? As feedback. Okay. Your emphasis is the learner's affective development. Which pillar or pillars of learning should you focus on? A. Learning to be and learning to live together. B. Learning to do and learning to be. C. Learning to live together and learning to know. D. Learning to know and learning to be. Yung mga learning na yan. Pillars of learning. 28. Yan. Naka-ready na ang calculator. Utak na lang daw hindi, sabi ni teacher. Math major to si teacher. Kaya po yan. O yung sa mathematics, kaya nga po go back to the very basic. Ano ba ibig sabihin yan? Baka nalimutan mo na yung multiplication table. Review mo yan. Mag-times-times ka dyan. Multiplication table, memorize mo yan. Paano mo mag-divide? Baka nalimutan mo na. Kasi nasanay tayo na lagi tayong nagka-calculator. Pagdating naman sa Gen Ed Math, manual yung pagsosolve mo. Mag-practice ka mag-multiply, mag-add ng fraction, mag-divide. I-review mo yun. Letter A, learning to be and learning to live together. Of course, meron tayong sagot na learning to live together, no? Since we're talking about affective development. So, ikis na to kasi wala tong learning to live together. Ito din, wala siyang learning to live together. So, better answer compared learning to know to learning to be, ang letter A, ang learning to be. Ang learning to be, this is your full growth, your potential, your holistic development, your personal growth. Learning to be. Next, with the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, PPST as a guide, which of the following is a characteristic of an ideal learning environment? Hi, Ma'am Mary Jane. It's okay po, no, na late po kayo. Do not worry po. Since recorded po itong session and i-upload po ito sa YouTube channel. Okay? Letter D, one that is safe and conducive for learning. And alam naman natin, no, yung recent na mga balita, nakakabahala talaga. Sana, no, sana may bagong policy, sana mas higpit pa ang paaralan in coordination with the parents, no, with General na Department of Education, na magiging higpit, no, in terms sa safety and conduciveness ng paaralan. Safe and conducive for learning. And sana din may protection, no, for us teachers para sa ating mga guro. Number 30, among the cognitive objectives, what refers to putting together the components of an idea to summarize a concept? Analysis, synthesis, comprehension, or application? What refers to putting together the components of an idea to summarize a concept? That is synthesis. Ano ba yung synthesis? Creating, putting together the components. Yung mga maliliit na mga components, i-add mo together to create an idea. Creating synthesis. Okay. Which of the following demonstrates that a teacher is competent in content knowledge and pedagogy? A. Concept-based teaching. B. Teacher-centered teaching. C. Rote and drill teaching. Or D. Research-based teaching. Oh, by the way, sino ba ang father of pedagogy? Father of pedagogy? That's Pestalozzi. Okay, father. Hala, ang pangit ng penmanship. Sorry. Ayan, dalawang, isa lang pala ang L. Dalawa ang Z. Okay, Pestalozzi. That's, siya yung father of pedagogy. Okay? 31, this is letter D. Research-based ang ating teaching. Competent in knowledge, no? Content knowledge. Paano natin masasabi na si teacher ay competent, no? So, content knowledge, maalam siya. Nag-research po siya. Especially pag may updated na information. Lalo na sa science, no? Pag may panibagong discovery, panibagong advancement, so hindi pwedeng outdated yung alam ni teacher, no? Research-based, updated. Sa pedagogy, may kailangan din nating mag-adapt kasi iba na po ang mga learners ngayon. Very techy po sila, no? So, dapat tayo teachers, mag-adapt din tayo sa mga bago na technology na ginagamit ngayon. Number 32. Who among the proponents of theories of learning was known for his Bobo doll experiment, wherein children imitated what they have witnessed regarding the treatment given to Bobo doll? Hindi po ba pwede magdala ng extra paper for solving math po? Hindi, sa pagkakaalam ko po, hindi po siya allowed. Wala po talaga, no? Wala. Doon lang po talaga kayo mag-solve sa sa test paper. Pwede naman po siya sulatan. Bandura, correct. So, nagpapakita ito na kung ano yung nakita ng mga bata, kinapi po nila. So, nakita nila ito, yung adult, very aggressive kung ano yung ginagawa sa bobodal. Then, kinapi ng mga bata. They copied it. They imitated the action. So, this is an experiment by this was an experiment by Albert Bandura, no, sa Bobodal experiment. So, nagpapakita lang talaga ito na kung ano yung nakikita ng mga bata ay kinakopy nila, ginagaya nila, no, yung mga nakikita nila online, sa social media, sa mga games nila, they would copy it, they would imitate it. So, nasa experiment yan yun, ni Albert Bandura on the Bobodal experiment. So, we adults should know better, should do better, no? Kasi may mga children, may mga bata na nag-o-observe sa atin, nakakita sa atin kung ano yung mga pinagagawa natin, pinagsasabi. 'Di ba nga kapag may bata sa bahay tapos yung parents or yung mga tao sa bahay ay palaging nagsasalita ng mga bad words, no? Kung ano-ano mga bad words pinagsasabi-sabi. Maano ka na lang, ma-shock ka na lang na yung bata nagsalita na rin ng bad words. Hoy, saan mo nakuha yan? Saan galing yan? Bakit mo yan nasabi? Oh, syempre hindi niya naman yun masabi na siya lang mag-isa, no? Nakuha niya yun sa mga adults, narinig niya yun sa kapatid niya or sa parents niya or kung sino mga adults na nag-visit sa tahanan nila, di ba? So, that's imitation. So, may role model. Okay, 33. Which of the following has higher importance than the rest as to the best practice of a professional teacher? Higher po, importance compared sa iba. O, vicarious learning ang tawag natin dyan. Ano? Yung observation. So, ganyan. Ang mga bata, ang gagaling talaga nilang mag-observe. Grabe yan sila, no? Very observant. Tapos kung ano yung ano, gagayahin mo, gaya-gaya. Ano yung mga gagawin mo, ano yung sasabihin mo, gagayahin nila. Latter, a competency supported by continuing growth. Kaya nga may CPD, no? Kailangan nating mag-attend ng mga seminars, ng mga webinars, ng mga workshops to continuously improve, no, sa skills natin. Next, for what response is continuing professional education or CPE, no, yung continuing professional education installed for every professional teacher. For what response? This is letter C. Dahil no, may mga new trends, may mga reforms, pero hindi na din nakakatuwa tong mga panibagong ano no sa ating DepEd. Ang dami, parang naging experiment na talaga ang mga teachers. This year, bago na naman. Next year, baka baguhin na naman. Pero kung hintihin talaga nating mabuti, dynamic nga naman talaga yung ating curriculum kasi kailangan natin mag-adjust, kailangan natin mag-adapt sa mga trends, no? But, yun nga, nakaka-draining din siya. Talagang ang daming pagbabago. Kailangan mag-adjust, kailangan mag-adapt. So, very flexible dapat si teacher. Number 35. Which of the following situations presents a value conflict? Letter A. The teacher sets high expectation from her intelligent students, such as getting higher grades. B. The teacher and his students have better class standing. C. The teacher has students whose parents want their children to obtain higher grades than what they are capable of getting. D. The teacher and the administrator follow a set of criteria in giving grades. Very good. Letter C. The teacher has students whose parents want their children to obtain higher grades than what they are capable of getting. And pag teacher ka na po, very very soon, mhm, mag-expect ka, no? May mga ganitong parents talaga. Yung grabe, grabe, parang hindi ka masistress sa students, mas masistress ka sa parents. Sige, ikaw na lang mag-aral. Para ikaw bigyan ko ng grade, 'di ba? May mga ganyan mga parents. So tayo talaga, grabe yung pasensya na ibibigay natin, no? Hindi lang para sa mga students, but para na din, pati na din mga parents. Habaan ang pasensya para sa mga parents din. Okay, so this is the last question for our session on episode 15 of of Prof. Ed. And do not forget not to show your love and support to our YouTube channel by leaving a comment sa comment section, and I will try my very best not to reply to that comment as well. Okay, that's your way also of helping me reach more people for those na gusto pong mag-review. All right, so thank you everyone. Thank you so much once again for joining me tonight. Ayan, so do not focus too much on your scores, but focus on your learning. Bye-bye everyone. See you sa next natin na session. Bye-bye.